It's not about losing your identity, but it's about sharpening your focus. It's about retooling for impact and building systems in the church that will equip us for the next 165 years. Redesign our ministries, models, and methods to not fit trends, but to fit needs. Design our ministry to engage. And we engage age, to engage gender, yes, sir, and to engage relation status. Yes, sir. We should be able to engage whatever age. Down at my church, we have what you call a tagline. We are the generational church. Canaan of Stonewall, we are the generational church. That's what we call ourselves, the generational church, because we feel that whatever generation you're a part of, Canaan is the church for you. I didn't come here to preach. But we have to engage even the young people. There ought to be some down at the church for us to embrace the young people and get them involved so they can learn how to serve a true and living God. We have to engage gender. We ought to have a men's ministry down at the church. A women's ministry, thriving women's ministry down at the church. And so if we're going to be a growing church, we're going to have to reimagine church. We're going to have to redesign church. Design our church not to fit trends, but to fit needs. Yes, sir. But then thirdly, we're going to have to rebrand. Rebranding is our declaration that we are not just a church with a history. Yes, sir. But we're a church with a future. I wish I had some help. We got to rebrand our church to be ready to be recognized for who we are becoming in Christ. Yes, sir. As we rebrand, we renew our voice. We refresh our image. And we reintroduce ourselves to the world as a vibrant, relevant, and spirit-led body of believers. When you brand something, it sticks. Is that any Cowboys in here? Yes, sir. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. Yes, sir. But I'm talking about any Cowboys with horses, cows, and horses and cows. So real Cowboys with horses and rich. What they would do, they would have cattle, and they would brand their cattle. And whatever they brand their cattle with, it'll stick and stay. I wish I had some help. And when you brand your church, we want our ministry to stick and stay. I wish I had. Anybody that walk through these doors and they ought to leave out differently than what they came. The church ought to be a hospital. When people are hurting, they can come and get a word from the Lord and leave out here. The church ought to be like a spiritual gas station that when you're running low on the fumes of life, you can come to the church. Hear the man of God say, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Hear the man of God say, all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord. And go out and face the people. It ought to stick and stay. We ought to make an impact in our community. And this day, this woman, in the 13th chapter of Luke, she was impacted. She had been coming to church for 18 years. But on this Sunday, some stuck and stayed with. I wish I had some help. This day simply because Jesus laid his hand on her. They used to sing a song down at the old church. They don't sing it no more. They always say, Jesus touched me. And oh, what joy that flooded my soul. Something happened. And now I know it was nothing but Jesus. He touched me. And now I am no longer the same. Jesus laid his hand on this woman. He saw her and he laid his hands on the woman. Anybody in here have ever let Jesus lay his hand on you? And when Jesus lays his hand on you, something will move on the inside. The old preacher said, I wasn't going to tell nobody, but I just couldn't keep it to myself. What the Lord had, done for me. The Bible said that Jesus laid his hand on this woman. And when he laid his hand on this woman, the Bible said immediately she became straight. And the thing about the church, we trying to get to everybody, and instead of letting Jesus get the folk. I wish I had some help. But we gotta let Jesus do what Jesus can do. I wish I had some help. It's all about Jesus. Even down at the church. It's all about Jesus. Do you know who he is? It's all about him. I'm reminded of a story as I go to my seat. Of a woman. She would always ask this girl named Jenny, have you met Jesus yet? Jenny would always say, no, I haven't met him. She kept saying, and she would say, have you met Jesus yet? The young lady, Jenny, she got an attitude. She said, why are you always asking? Have I met Jesus yet? How tall is he? How do I even know when I meet him? The old lady said, when you meet him, you will know. One day the police got behind Jenny. She had her little baby in the back seat of the car. And as Jenny was trying to get away from the police, she turned down the old lady's street. But what Jenny forgot was there was a tall brick wall down at the end of the block. And as Jenny kept going, trying to get away from the police, before she hit the wall, the car spun around and stopped on a dime. And Jenny got out of the car and she kept saying, where is that man? Where is that man? People thought Jenny was crazy, but Jenny, all she would say is, where is that man? Where is that man? The paramedics came to check out Jenny. They couldn't get her calmed down, taking her vital signs, but all Jenny would say is, where is that man? Where is that man? And by this time, the old lady had made her way down to where Jenny was. And